How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we've got this new 2023 Bronco Sport Big Bend literally as we're getting passed by another Bronco. I promise you that was not staged, but I just got done filming the review for this new Bronco Sport. I really do like it. As some of you may know, if you've been subscribed to my channel, I do have an 08 Mustang. Yes, it is just a V6 Mustang, but it's like my daily driver, and it was my first car, and I absolutely love Ford because of that car. I really do like the brand as a whole, and when they initially brought back, or they initially announced that they were going to be bringing back the nameplate for the Bronco with the full-size Bronco and the Bronco Sport models, I was very excited. And now actually, you know, driving the Bronco Sport and filming a review on it, I have to say it definitely took me by surprise. In that video, I kind of apologized for it, but I did compare this to the full-size Bronco a lot. Now, I know that's not a very fair comparison considering that this is, you know, the smaller model option from Ford. But I do really like it, and it feels like a baby Bronco. That's the best way I could describe it. It feels like everything, I guess, the Bronco is, but in just a smaller package. Now, this one is the Big Bend trim, so it does have that 1.5 liter inline 3-cylinder engine. For the top two trims for this year, I believe they were the Badlands and the Heritage Limited. They did come with a 2-liter inline 4, I believe, so they did have a bigger engine than this particular Big Bend. Like the 1.5 liter 3-cylinder, it's definitely like kind of what you need or expect from like a daily driver. It's definitely not bad at all, and just kind of going around and driving it and getting used to it, it definitely has a I would say larger turn radius than you would think of something from this size, and it feels like a truck. Now, I think that I've said this before on my channel, but I think the main kind of difference that I would have calling something like an SUV or a truck is all-wheel drive versus four-wheel drive. Now, yes, the Broncos, they're technically SUVs, they're in the SUV class, but I would say I would feel very comfortable calling a full-size Bronco a truck, whereas this is more of your, your dedicated kind of daily driver SUV. It's good for commuting. That the fuel economy numbers from a 3-cylinder are a little bit low, but now that I'm thinking about it, they're still not that bad. They're right around the mid-20s. So I think on average you can get like 26 miles per gallon or so, which is it's not bad, but for 3-cylinder I definitely would expect more. It still has a very good range, and that is thanks to its 16-gallon fuel tank. So it definitely has a bigger fuel tank than some of the newer models that I've recently reviewed on my channel. And also, if you're new to my channel, again, definitely be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. It really does help me out a lot. I know it's annoying for you guys to watch YouTube videos and hear people say that all the time. I understand that. But I definitely am a smaller channel, so it does help me out a ton. And also, if you are new, essentially during these POV driving videos, I don't really go through all of the specs and numbers and everything. I have my notes written down here, and I just got done doing the review. So if you want more of the actual numbers and want to know more about just the overall drivetrain and its towing and everything like that, I would say go check out that video first. I'll leave it linked on top of this video right now. But during the POV driving videos, I kind of just film them after I do the full-on review and just tell you guys my overall feelings while driving this. It's extremely comfortable to use. It's like most new models out there. It's very user friendly, very driver friendly. I don't like the kind of dial that it has for the gear selector. I know you've seen that in a decent amount of newer models. I just don't really like the design. That is a personal preference. That is just one thing that I guess I could kind of say that I don't really like about this new Bronco Sport, but I have to be completely honest with you guys. And also down here, I know I highlighted this during the review as well, but you have the GOAT modes as well. Essentially, that is a like little branding thing that Ford did with these new Broncos and Bronco Sports. It essentially stands for like going or go over all terrain or something like that. It's kind of cheesy, but you do have plenty of different driving mode options. You do have normal, and you can see it pops up right there as you're going through through the dials. So you have normal, eco, sport, slippery, and then sand. And if you want to select something, like if I wanted to put it in sport, you just kind of wait a little bit and then it eventually goes into sport. And you can immediately see the tack go from like 1500 to 2000, like a little bit over 2000. And I'm just cruising, like I'm going 31 miles per hour. So, you know, we're not going to be doing any pulls with this thing or anything today. We are in a kind of smaller shore town. This Bronco Sport is probably one of your like best options, because you could take this thing on the beach if they allow you or whatever. You could literally take it on to the beach as well, and it would be absolutely fine. You could put it in that sand mode that it has, and also it does have the slippery mode as well. I think that's mainly just, you know, if it's raining out and you don't feel comfortable, you can put it in that, and it would probably rely a little bit more on its traction control system. I'm not entirely sure of the mechanics behind all the different driving modes or how that works with the ECU and the drivetrain, but if you know more, definitely feel free to comment down below. But now we're kind of just back in normal mode, and here, this is kind of what I was talking about before with its turning radius. It's not terrible. It's not going to have the same off-road capabilities as like a full-size Bronco, but it's very, very easy to operate, very easy to drive. And I'd have to say that you probably wouldn't have, unless you're like, I guess, a bad driver, I don't think you'd have any problems with this thing in all different types of terrain. We're up here in the Northeast, so we get summers that are like this, where it's like 97 out, and it could be, you know, thunderstorming, raining, whatever. And we also have winters where there could be like a foot or 2 feet of snow on the ground as well. So I think personally, yes, I'm not filming this thing in the winter. I don't have any experience driving it in the snow, but I think it would honestly handle it completely fine. And also, if you are interested in just the towing capabilities of this particular Bronco Sport, I just remember from the review, the towing capacity is right around 2,000 pounds, so it's definitely not a lot. However, it's more than enough if you have a smaller trailer. Let's say you like camp a lot or in kayak or whatever. It's more than enough to have like a smaller trailer with camping gear, kayaks, and things like that on it. Don't really expect it to do anything crazy. If you want something that has more capabilities, more off-road capabilities, more towing capacity, things like that, obviously you're looking at the wrong Bronco. You should be looking at the full-size Bronco and not the Bronco Sport, but this definitely does excel in more of a daily driver standpoint. It's probably a lot more daily drivable than the full-size Bronco. So I would say that this is a perfect vehicle if you're looking for a daily driver, you love the design of the new Broncos or Bronco Sports, and you want to have something that's going to be safe. It does have a 5-star safety rating as well, and also you want something that's going to handle very well in all different types of weather and terrain, and pretty much anything that the average daily driver could throw at it. And also, like, going through this infotainment screen, I don't know the exact length of the infotainment screen. Now, post edit, I can kind of go back and edit the actual dimensions in there if you are curious, but you have your media setup, your phone, it can connect to your phone, you have navigation, and also a app screen. And then going into settings, there's a bunch of different settings and driver assistance as well. So again, it's pretty much everything that you'd expect in a modern, daily drivable, smaller sized SUV. But let me know your thoughts and opinions on this new Bronco Sport down in the comments below. And also, again, if you stuck to the end of this video, definitely be sure to leave a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all that stuff. It helps me out so damn much. I really, really do appreciate it. But anyways, that's pretty much just gonna be it for me today. Like always, I hope you all have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.